the weather is fine, we do barbecue on the rooftop. Remember that this space is always available for you as well if you want to come back. You can reuse it, and we'll be very happy to host your event. So we kept on purpose most of the open spaces open for everybody, and we didn't put any desks in there. We want to promote social interaction. You are here very close to the center, so you are like 5 minutes from Place Sainte-Catherine. It's very close. You have all the nice restaurants there, and we are So we are a community for IoT people, blockchain.
Augmented reality.
Yeah, that's what we want to do. Data and virtual reality. If you want to find back information, you can go on DigitYser.org with an S. Yeah. And if you want to email me, my name is Philippe in the French way with 3 P's. And at DigitYser.
I will share the contact with you.
Yeah. Okay. Fine.
The base camp.
Good. So just a short introduction, just to welcome you very much here at DigitYser. We are proud to have such a nice community of enthusiastic people here tonight, and that you used our office space. We are going to make it better in the coming weeks, and you will see a big evolution in comfort and the quality of our projectors and things like that. We like to share what's happening here. We share it in 2 ways. We share it using our streaming that you can find back on the Facebook page of DigitYser. And you will find the streaming there. You can also download it and reuse it, or we can send you the link to have the full footage. But also, if you have a nice story, we have Nicolas at the back, who is our director and filmmaker. He's a story maker. So if you have once you've come up with a nice story, we could put a story together, and things that are happening here. So.
You can say, Philippe, a little bit about your involvement on Organic City.
We spoke about it up there. Yeah, you missed that.
Because it's important for the project, because we are doing calls and we would like to collaborate.
Yeah. So just to rephrase, Organic City, what we did, we got about 80 people here. 80 people here to work around the topic of smart cities and making the city nicer. And in one day we managed to capture ideas, and then on the next day we managed to write up these ideas as projects, and we sent 16 different projects to Aarhus, where they were organizing all the information gathering, the project gathering, and we hope to get at least 1 or 2 back. Every project that is accepted there, they will accept 18 projects in a total, will get 60,000 euros. Unfortunately for us, 250 projects were submitted, whereas in the first round only 70 projects were submitted. So we'll see how good we are and how good we are with lobbying. So that was Organic City. There is another project starting soon around IoT. Again, with the 50,000 euros budget for the people who get it. That's a project done by IMEC in Leuven. They are doing the coordination of it.
It's a Belgian initiative.
A Belgian research institute, yeah. And that's what we want to do. That if you remember one thing, as DigitYser the space where people meet to connect and to create projects and to make these projects a success, that's more than enough. Yeah? If these projects are in the digital area, which most of them are for the moment, that's even better. And if there is a taste of entrepreneurship linked to it, then it's also very good. So that's it. I will now leave the word to Professor Molinari, and I'm looking forward to his presentation. And thank you.
Thank you. Merci, Philippe. Thank you. Good afternoon. And allow me 3 minutes of your time to speak about this exciting project we are now starting to launch together. All the people sitting in this room are partners of this consortium, and there are also some guests that I welcome to this talk. Basically, we are talking about innovation enabled or driven by design in urban contexts. So the idea is to explore how design-enabled innovation can contribute to solving societal problems in urban environments. And the trends we are starting from are the trends described by this picture, which comes from the United Nations, and it shows very clearly that the small trends behind the big urbanization phenomenon are leaving a lot of room to the growth of smaller-sized cities around the world. So it remains true that mega cities are growing fast and they are taking a big share of population, but also, and as you can see, taking the majority of population, it is the smaller size that counts. And we all know that in the smaller size, many interesting phenomena take place which involve the people who live and the people who govern the progress of cities. So these are the trends we are exploring, and these are the phenomena that we know exist in the background: delivery of public services, the services that shape the life in a city, but also services that are becoming more and more technologically driven and environmentally sensitive. The smart city phenomenon has a very well-known interface with both the respect for the environment and the will to adopt technologies to improve the life of citizens. Citizens are experiencing a lot of issues and challenges that affect them individually, even if they don't even realize where these issues come from and how they can be solved. For sure, not by the individual initiative of any individual person. And the idea of tackling with these challenges is also shared by a growing amount of population from smaller-sized cities. These pictures come from Bologna and other relatively small cities of Italy, where citizens are starting to self-organize to complement public action with spontaneous and organized initiatives wherever they realize that the municipality or the service companies in charge are not effective enough in the resolution of these problems, like ensuring a green and livable environment to people, or letting children be safe while going to school. But we also know, and we are now in one example of these innovative places, that cities experience many other phenomena that are directly related to innovation, including incubators and accelerators and fab labs and living labs. We also want to take care of these to make the most important question for us: how does legacy, how does the culture of a city, the culture of an urban environment interact and allow to take advantage of all these sparse phenomena to create a new pathway of growth and a new sense of direction to be taken by the community. And to take inspiration in those respects, what we did was to look at some prominent authors that have before us explored the dynamics that take place in cities. Jane Jacobs wrote those two books, The Economy of Cities and the Wealth of Nations, in the 1960s. And the quote that you can read there shows how modern her thought is, as far as she identifies improvisation in context as one of the major drivers of innovation and development in urban environments. And another quote shows here the reference to the concept of import replacement, which is something we are starting to reflect on, the idea that cities may somehow transfer from one to the other the good results of experiments of social and urban innovation. These phenomena are also being noted more and more by the European institutions. You see here the report of an initiative that is still ongoing from DG Growth of the European Commission. The idea is to take stock of the things that are happening in the leading cities of Europe and transfer the blueprints and the templates of these initiatives to other smaller sized or simply lagging behind cities of Europe. And now we land into our own call for proposals, the one that the Designscapes project won. Here, as you can see, the priority is to enhance the adoption of user-driven innovation and co-creation and design thinking as a way to facilitate the success of more and more businesses in the market and the good performance of public sector organizations in their, the fulfillment of their missions. So we are at a crossroad of design, innovation, and urbanism. And we have started to reflect on this in relation with the ideas that a professor at Politecnico di Milano, Roberto Verganti, first spread out in relation with the concept of design-driven innovation, which he associated with the generation of meanings and the radical improvement of the functionalities of products and services. In the concept that is presented here, design is important, but is typically the outcome of the efforts of individual people, while in our concept we are trying to expand this vision by including the collective dimension that we see so important in many aspects, including the emergent social innovation and social initiatives that I was commenting before at the level of our cities. And so we are now reflecting together right during these days at the level of our partnership with all the organizations that make up our consortium about the interactions that can occur between the urban dimension as source of inspiration, offering challenges but also opportunities to find shared solutions, and this interplay between design and innovation, which is interesting for us because, as Roberto Verganti said, it creates meanings and it generates value that can be used for the common goal, the common progress. And so we are exploring this, but we are also keeping in mind the lesson of Jane Jacobs, looking at the way scalability and replication phenomena can occur from city to city. So the idea we have is also to define pathways for learning and transfer of good practice from city to city. And we will do so according to this extended funnel or double funnel model. We will launch next year a European call for proposal distributing 1.5 million euros to 50 initiatives around Europe that demonstrate potential of fulfilling the needs of urban communities and showing the power of design in the fertilization of innovation processes. We will capture those initiatives across 3 consecutive rounds of this call for proposals, and we will try to cluster them according to some criteria to promote their broader communication and dissemination across Europe, trying to create connections between solutions and problems, potential providers and buyers of innovative services, with the ultimate goal of capitalizing the results of these small pilots and create products and services with the capacity to survive in the market as the ultimate goal of our project. So this is it. A few lines describing the project funded by the European Union in administrative terms. The lead partner is the Association of Tuscan Municipalities in Italy, but we also have 11 more private and public organizations from 10 countries of Europe, and the project is going to last until the end of May 2021, so you will have time enough to hear from us again in the medium run too. Thank you for your attention.